Hey everybody, Michelle with Triangle Social Media, coming live to you to share some social media tips, organic tips that will help you to grow in your business. There's a lot of things I want to share with you, and we'll be doing a screen share in a few minutes. But first, I'd like to ask a favor. Would you please comment that you are able to see this video and where you're watching it from? Or I should see the notification. But there were some glitches with StreamYard, and I don't know that it's showing everywhere. And if not, I'll be sure to share it later. But I just wanted to hear from you first. So I'd love to hear your comments, see your comments, that you're able to see this video. So there's been a lot of talk very recently about the recommendations issue. And so I thought I would just start there because it's frustrating for a lot of people. And I wanted to really just point a few things out. Facebook does change, as we all know, and a lot of times, most of the time, they put their changes out in waves. So not everybody sees the same things at the same time. Also, it takes time for everything to kind of catch up with itself. So if we're patient, I believe that everything is going to just work itself back out and be fine. The other thought is don't get too wrapped up and discouraged in it, because while it's a great indicator and it's great for your reputation to have those, reviews, recommendations on your Facebook page, you are your brand. As long as you're doing an awesome job, hustling, doing good work, providing wonderful customer service, that's what counts the most. You still have your reputation. It may temporarily not be on Facebook, but hang in there, okay? The other reminder is don't forget about Google. Your Google reviews are there. And really, your Facebook, your other social media platforms, they don't belong to you. They can be taken away. And you may know that, or have seen or heard of people that have been either hacked, things have happened, Facebook jail, or they've had their account taken down, or they've had their account, removed. And I know several people this has happened to, and they've lost their complete account. In these particular cases, they were hacked. So a good reminder to make sure that you have the two-step security authorization set up. Message me if you need help with that, but we need to do everything that we can to keep our accounts as secure and safe as possible. So, thank you for watching from Clayton, John. Appreciate you guys commenting there. I see a few comments. Let me do a screen share in a second, but I want to show you a few things about Google. So if you are a business owner, whether you're brick and mortar, service oriented, product based, you have an address or not, you can claim your Google My Business page. If you haven't done so, go ahead and do that. Again, reach out if you need help or need more information, but your Google reviews are just, if not more, important, okay? And your website is yours. So if you don't have a website, you need a website. You need that public place where you can collect the reviews, recommendations, have that place for people to go to find out more. Especially since we're not always sure if our social media is going to be as dependable. Let me go ahead and do the screen share and then walk through just a few steps here. So here we go. Press all the buttons and do all the things. And then we're going to talk about some organic strategies that you can do. A lot of us do paid ads, and that's fine, but we should still be doing the organic things, the non-paid things. So this is the event today. I just want to thank you for being here and remind you that I have been doing workshops for quite some time, but I'm doing on the first Friday of every month at 10 a.m. I think there was a glitch somewhere and it said 10 p.m., but 10 a.m. every first Friday, different topics. And here's all the things we're going to go through today in the free portion of the class. I do have a social media coaching club. If you'd like more information, I will share it with you. And that is a paid class with a private Facebook group where I have been and will be continuing to put more workshops, additional resources for the members there. So I'm going to keep this open for reference so we can come back and hit on all these things. But I just did a little bit of research, and as far as the Facebook, recommendations, I wanted to remind that there are some reasons that possibly could affect also. And that is when someone leaves you a review, they can do it private, they can adjust the public setting. And so if it's not public, not everybody will see that. So when you ask your clients for reviews and recommendations, as you should, that should be part of your process, right? With every customer. Make sure to note that they do it publicly. It may just be a thoughtless thing that they didn't notice, right? But we want those to be public. The other thing is that you can actually hide your reviews on your Facebook page. And so here I am on my public, Facebook business page, and you'll see the tabs here at the top. The order may be different depending on what template you have. I moved my reviews up top just for this purpose to talk. So when I click on reviews, mine are still showing. I'm just waiting for them to disappear like with so many other people, but it does have the star, but I know it's all changing. So, and my reviews are still here, but I'll say that I talked with friends and looked at their pages, and the reviews are still there, but this part changed, the rating changed. And so we're just trying to, figure things out, do research, get updates, but just be patient and not stress about it, because that's not you. That's part of a public reputation that is helpful. Definitely agree. But just don't forget, you are your brand. So you're walking around advertising yourself, getting those word of mouth recommendations, which are so important and, high quality. When someone recommends you from experience or because they know you and your character, it's just a wonderful thing. Then, of course, over here on your Google My Business page, which you get to through Google by clicking the grid, and then there's My Business. So that's how you get there. And then just go to reviews. And so here's reviews. These are high quality, important, and we should be asking for reviews regularly. Ideally, we don't want, which I think I have, but I have 5 weeks ago. We don't want too much time to go by before the next review. So really, we just need to be constantly asking for them, because if you don't ask, you don't get, right? And I'm sure that people who know, like, and trust you would be so happy to give you a review and a recommendation. All right, that being said, let me just close that for now. If I'm not connected with you on Facebook, I would love to connect, collaborate, follow one another. Please do. I will get the notification if you like my page. Let me know what yours is. Would love to build those reciprocal relationships. And as I said, the Social Media Coaching Club, this is just a brief description of that club. I do have a 50% off code, which I am happy to share. And here's the link on my website, so that if you would like to check it out, just go to my website and you'll see the Social Media Coaching Club there. But, I love that part of my business, just being able to, apply all of the research that I'm doing and share those tips and hopefully provide value to you. Okay, I'm going to close the tabs as I review them. So this is the private Social Media Coaching Club. And, there's wonderful people in there. We'll be broadcasting and or sharing lots of stuff in there. So just to show you what it looks like, so you recognize the cover photo. And you may know me from a few of the groups that I have. Triangle Social Media Meetups has been around for a while. And, it's focused on social media and sharing platforms and connecting and, collaborating. But the main focus is social media. Okay. The other group you might be aware of is Raleigh Business Networking. And really that's purely networking. And we just started doing some in-person meetups. So would love to see you come to, any of those. There's an event pinned at the top of the page for the next one. We still don't have a venue, so we're waiting for that to be filled in. Okay, let's hop over here to our agenda. I'm going to close that tab. Let's hop over here. So I want to talk about organic Facebook strategies and tips. And these are the things we're going to go through the first couple of these items. How to create the personal profile funnel. You might have heard me talk about this before. It's important to, update, review, analyze our own social media, because sometimes we forget if we rebrand. We wouldn't forget if we rebranded, but I mean, if we have rebranded and there's elements of our business that have changed, we need to make sure, just like we update the website, we need to update our social media platforms. So with that in mind, let's just talk about the funnel, which you might have heard me talk about before. So here we go again. I am going to go to my personal profile, and you'll recognize I have the same cover photo as I do on my business page. I just updated that. And, sometimes I change it and it's personal. It doesn't have to be the same, but it does help with brand recognition when you have the same photos on your personal profiles and your business profiles. Regardless of the personal, though, all of the business platforms ideally should have the same profile photo as well as cover photo, because that is really strong with brand recognition. So if I go to Twitter or even Pinterest, LinkedIn, I'll see that'll catch my eye and it'll help imprint the brand, right, on somebody. So that being said, here's my personal profile. And, you have the opportunity to add things about yourself here that might have to do with your personality or brand. You could put, your website, you could put more information. It's whatever you choose. That's your personal profile. So you can edit and do that. Hashtag your business. Definitely one of the strongest thing is to make sure that you add your business. And sometimes I've seen people add their business name, but it's not actually linked to the business page. So it goes to an error. But you want to make sure that is linked to your Facebook business page and that it's right at the top. So if you have other things that you do or previous things, they would be below, okay? And your main business is at the top. You can edit this section, add or hide anything that you want. You can show platform links and other things, but this is part of the personal profile funnel. So the main thing I wanted to point out here is that you have this part all set up, okay? So that if somebody is, connected with you, maybe they see one of your posts and they happen to be looking at your page, well, they may just go to your business page from here. So here we did. Okay, so now I'm on the Facebook business page. Now, I don't have the same personal profile photo. I do have the same cover photo. And so part of the funnel, let's click on this. And so you want captions on every photo, right? So when you have optimized a photo, you have clicked on it, clicked edit, added details here. What is it? What is your message? So ideally, you want the same funnel, but it's okay to have, maybe you have this photo directs people towards, your website, your services, your description, your short bio, whatever the message is, you want to have a strong call to action. So you put the details and link, okay? So this is just telling people what I do. There's the link to my website, the ability to schedule a phone call or, a conference with me. And I need to actually update this because I have a different link from my newsletter. Okay, so yeah, we're doing all the things together. And a few hashtags there. And so that's basically how to optimize in the details. The other part is tagging. So you click that tag, and in this photo, there are several people and businesses. So I'm going to tag them as well because they'll get a notification and then their audiences will see this picture, right? So definitely want to tag the people and the businesses in every photo. Sometimes there's, Facebook glitches and there's issues with tagging. I've heard that. Hang in there. But here's another tip. So for example, let me just go to my personal profile again. If you are having a hard time tagging somebody, go to their personal profile and look at the URL. There are many times where the URL is nothing like what their name is, and that's why they're not popping up. So if you go here and then you basically just highlight and copy that and tag that, you'll definitely get the tag. Let me know if it doesn't work. So let's see, let's scroll down. We're back at the personal profile. The other elements of the personal profile funnel is the feature photo. So you have the opportunity, oh, there's my friends at Crawl Space Ninja. You have the opportunity to do one, or there's several in the grid. I think it's up to 9, maybe more, photos that you might have, just favorite photos that you choose, your family, special moments. If you want to use it for business, you can choose one photo that may be your logo or something to do with your website, whatever your message is, and then it'll pop, it'll enlarge and use the whole space, all the grids. You can also add, I just added my website, even though it's not clickable, it's viewable, and I just did it on Canva. And so you can edit this area and add your photo there. The photos below, you'll see the next section. This is anything you've been tagged in or shared recently. That's populated by Facebook. And then, of course, your friends. But just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind that you could use this section to help your personal profile funnel people to your business page, and or whatever the funnel is, the website, maybe the website, or maybe the email list, whatever it is. You share those details in the photos and in this area down here. Make sure you have all of these filled out, the places that you'd like people to know about and possibly click on. So just like I said with the cover photo, it's the same thing with the profile picture. And I'm trying to remember if I finished this. So look at that. I need to do my own. I changed it and meant to change it back. Didn't do it before today. So that's my homework. Hide that part. So yeah, again, it's going to be the same information as I have on my cover photo. I'm going to add all the details. I'm going to tag myself, my business, and I'm going to have a call to action in the description of that photo. Okay. So it's just little things, but all those little things add up and they make a difference, really. All right. Let me just double check if we have any other, nope, comments. Feel free to comment if you have any questions or comments about what we're talking about. So that wraps up the personal profile funnel. Let me know if you've done that, if you're working on it, if you have questions about it, and if you've had any experience with maybe getting connections because you did that, you implemented that one strategy. The next thing, what about introducing yourself to your followers? We have business pages. Let me go back to my business page. And actually, I might show you, I'm going to show you somebody that, let's see here, I'm just thinking of, coming to mind. So Tom Atencio is an author. He wrote this book, Anatomy of a Winning Culture, for soccer coaches, youth soccer coaches, right? Great resource for people who are into sports, who have their kids in sports. And so one of the things on his page, as you can see, he's one of my clients. So of course I'm going to give a shout out, is a pinned post. So you introduce yourself and what you do and talk about what your service, your product is, and you can pin that by clicking the 3 dots, and it's already pinned, but basically, let's see here. It says unpin from top of page because I already have it pinned. So you want to have that strong introduction that just when someone goes to your page, there's a lot of content in that news feed, but the one that's pinned at the top is the introduction. And that could be a video of you talking, welcoming people, thanking them for following you, inviting them to engage, telling them about the thing that's coming up next. You can do this every so often. It doesn't have to stay the same. You can repin different posts, especially posts that are doing really well and highly engaged. So I'm going to show you another example. My friend Florence with Fresh Coat Painters of Cary. And again, you're seeing in this shared view some extra things because these are some of my clients, of course. And so my view is as admin. But let me just scroll down. And by the way, let me just interrupt myself. On your business page, you can toggle between yourself and your business. So if I toggle to myself, it'll be a little bit of a cleaner view without the extra things. And so let me just see what's okay. Let me scroll down and show you her pinned post. And so it has a lot of information about her passion, her experience, and her beauty, because, look at her. And so that is pinned to the top. There was another one pinned maybe several months back. So every so often you might consider changing what post is pinned, which gives people a fresh look, right? And something new to see at the top of your page. A lot of people, whether it's on mobile or on the computer, the laptop, you want to give people good content to look at, updates, and the newest information. So it's good to update that every so often. Highly recommend both of these people, of course. And there's her number if you need painting services. All right. So introducing yourself, it's your message. So basically, you're going to just tell your story, short version of your story, your passion. What I recommend you do, like you might see here, let me click the see more. There's a lot of content here, but what we've done is we broke it up with some emojis, right? Because emojis help break up that big block of text that can get overwhelming and people may not be interested in reading it. But when you separate it out, it's just easier on the eye. So just a little tip there as far as the content. Okay, what about the next thing? How to optimize each post for maximum exposure. So let's come back over here. So we format our posts and the content may be different, but there's a few elements. You have commentary, you may have some emojis, you have a call to action, which may be a link, right? It may be a message, maybe a phone number, email address. Maybe it's just your username with the @ symbol without the link. And you can test different ones. You could rotate through the different calls to action, but those are very important because you want to give people a next step. What do they do next? Where do they go from there? And so here, of course, that there's a few hashtags. Now, you may or may not use hashtags on Facebook. If you cross post from Instagram to Facebook, beware of all that 30 bunch of hashtags. You don't need them all on Facebook. It's a little spammy looking. So I recommend not cross-posting or cross-post with just a few hashtags and then put the rest of them in the first comment in your Instagram feed. This way you don't have that big block of spammy looking hashtags. Okay. But the basic format of, is pretty standard and you mix it up according to your own creativity. You have your message. Break up your message. If it's text, if it's commentary, you break it up with emojis. You make sure you have, no matter what kind of media, you always want to have a call to action, right? So even if it's a video, you're still going to have some commentary introducing that video. Don't post the video without any commentary because you're losing that opportunity to commentate on that video, right? So you want to include and utilize every place that you can to add your information. Okay, so let's see here, using hashtags and captions. So we just talked about that, right? And let me just come back here and say that when you use hashtags, if I click on one of these, it is clickable, right? So and it's different for Facebook than it is for Instagram. The numbers may not be the same, but this particular hashtag, 38,000 people are posting about this. So you can see how popular it is. On Facebook, you can't always see the total number of followers. You have to do some research. And so you might spend some time doing that. Formulate your own list of hashtags that are yours. They are meant for your business and your industry, and just save them so that you could easily copy and paste them in the future for different posts. The captions, again, are basically like I showed you before. When you click on the photo, tag the people and the businesses and add information to the photo, okay? So that's basically covering your hashtags and your captions. Because those, every opportunity that we have to promote ourselves is a chance that we could connect with someone who might become a customer or a client, or might just become a business person that we collaborate with that's, helpful and supportive, and we can all use more of those, right? Let's come back over here. So the other items and some more are going to be covered in the Social Media Coaching Club, but I really would love to invite you to share your thoughts, comments, questions. Let me stop this part of it. Really about any of these elements that we're talking about. There's so many different things to talk about. And, with our Facebook, I mean, let alone every single platform. So optimization covers a lot, and things change, as we know. But really, I just feel strongly that, every little thing makes a difference. And accumulatively, it's more empowering. The more things you can do on your page, the more optimized it is. And then it's a little favored in the newsfeed versus a page that is missing a profile photo, missing a cover photo, missing whatever details that you would put in the page. So let me just finish that thought with I'm going to go back to my business page. I have that pinned to my shortcuts here on the left side. There's all kinds of places to get to the same things, right? So we have different things. Let's come down to, let's see here. Edit page info. This is basically your about section. And, you have your business name, you have your username. Triangle Social Media was taken, so I added an M at the end of mine. If you're ever having trouble tagging me, just add the M at the end. It's all one word. Short description, right? Make sure you choose your categories because you can do up to 3. And I've seen sometimes Facebook has a hard time or is glitchy with saving 3, and you have to come back. Hang in there, come back, do it again. Of course, you could put all your phone numbers, your email and your website, your address. There's your map. I know the maps can be frustrating, and a lot of times, I have found most of the time, I have to actually move the map to pin where the address is or where the city is, because it doesn't automatically populate most of the time. If you have a service area, go ahead and put it in. Hours. If you have a privacy policy, put that in. Don't worry about the impressum area. That doesn't pertain to us in this nation. And then additional information. So I see a lot of people, because this is a newer feature brought out, I don't remember how long ago, but it's more recent. And hey, there's another opportunity to share more about what you do. So why not take advantage of it? Look, there's your QR code. You can save it on your phone and you can connect with people that way, right? You can put, if you have a brick and mortar and Wi-Fi, you can add that, all the things. And of course you can add your platforms. This is what shows on the front of the page. Remember, I showed you that. So go ahead and put in all of your other platforms, right? You don't need to put the @ symbol, just put the name. And I know that's a little confusing because I think it changed at one time. LinkedIn, you need the link. So it doesn't match everything else, but test it. When you put your information in here, then, refresh the page and see how it looks. Is it clickable? Let's come back to the page. So if I scroll down, here's my about section, and here's all the links I put in. You could see that they're all clickable. And I didn't have the @ symbol. Except LinkedIn, you have to put the whole link in there, the URL. Just a thing. Anyway, I hope that this information was helpful to you. I'm going to pivot over to the Social Media Coaching Club, and we are going to finish doing some other topics about organic growth. I appreciate you tuning in. Would love to have your feedback. And please share your Facebook link or page, username in the thread of where you're seeing this video so that we can all follow each other, because let's boost and support one another, right? That's part of the things that we want to do so that we can grow and help each other grow. Hope you have a wonderful day. Again, Michelle with Triangle Social Media. Email me, Michelle@trianglesocialmedia.com, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye-bye.